Giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and the sincere shalom to the occupants out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. This is going to be a really quick video. It's a video put up by Holy Bible Defenders, Elder Korak Zaba. Um, and you see here the title of his video. These two, he edited, but you see these two on the right. They actually paid us a visit at camp. This guy here, well, she didn't say a word. She laughed a little bit at the beginning, but she didn't say a word. So this guy came up to us and he was talking about God as a woman, and I can't do nothing without her, and this, that, and the other, and we need a woman and stuff like that. So, if you watch the video, then you know, then you know. All right. And that's why the elder put Thanos, snatching her up, man, because that's what's next. I mean, Jake go through this stuff all the time. You got Thanos. You watch. You go in your you go in your house one day after work or whatever, from being out, and you catch your wife, her legs being pinned back by Thanos. And there's nothing you can do about it, man. It is what it is. All you can do is accept it and move on. And I'm doing this not really on these two, right? But so there are different instances of stuff like this happening. These two were just upfront about it. But really, if you got a lot of brothers go through the same exact thing, that are doing the same exact thing, you're worried about your wife doing certain things that that you can't control, but you have a so much pride that you think you got it going on, man. All right. And when brothers tell you about, these situations about your wife, possibly, don't matter if she's an Israel, a lot of times they're the worst ones. And the ones that know somewhat of the truth, man. All right. But you got a lot of brothers that don't really want to accept the fact that it's a possibility that your wife is being thanatized, man. Right? Your wife is probably being thanatized. That's what it is. It's nothing you could do, man. We're in Babylon. So what you shouldn't do is put all your focus on your wife, because the thing is, and again, like I said, I'm doing this video because we see a lot of brothers all over doing this, man. They put all their energy not really worshiping the wife, but trying to watch her all the time. And it's just like, if she's going to mess around, then she's just going to mess around, man. All right? There's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do. I mean, you got celebrities doing it. I mean, yeah, you got celebrities going through it. They're getting divorces all the time. My personal, opinion on relationships, I'm not really putting nothing out there, but my personal opinion on relationships is to just be single and just go do what you're going to do, man. Get a hooker every once in a while if you want, whatever. Other than that, man, these relationships, you better tread really, 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 really carefully, lightly, very lightly, very lightly when it comes to relationships. And elders tell you this stuff all the time, but Jake my age and younger or older, I want to say Jake, at the ages between, I want to say maybe 15, maybe 16, through like their mid 40s. You can't tell them nothing, man, because they think they got it going on. You have elder men that tells you this stuff, and you just don't want to get it, man. Right? So what are we supposed to focus on? Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Like I said, this is going to be a real quick video, right? So this is the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. This is one of my favorite scriptures, man. All right. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are good of report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. It did not say whatsoever things are womanly, right? Or so or anything like that. It didn't say think about your woman 24/7. That is nothing but a distraction. You know, that is nothing but a distraction. You're putting all your time on trying to make sure she ain't messing around. Well, that's not. We are Babylon again. And then when you go and tell brothers certain things about what your wife is doing, and that brother, if if he's conscious about that, and that brother that you're talking to tells you, well, your wife is probably being thanatized, right? Don't get mad at him. You better thank that brother for telling you that, man, because he's looking out for you. Because next thing you know, a month, 2 months, or whatever, however long it takes, you're going to figure it out. That your wife is probably being pinned back and being thanatized, man. Right? It's something that we have to accept, man. Your focus, your focus should be on Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI and this truth, man. That's what our focus should be on, right? Um, let's see here. Luke chapter 21, verse 36. Because, we've seen brothers fall out. We've seen Jake fall out because of women, right? You know, Jake may have not had a woman, and then they all of a sudden get a woman, and then you start to see the changes. Which you're going to see changes no matter what, when it comes to relationships. Yeah, you're going to see changes. But you start seeing that strength being zapped away. And next thing you know, every camp you see in a brother that's just, he used to be like kind of like up there. Next thing you know, he's like coming to camp tired, you know, don't want to really talk much, right? Again, we've seen this time and time again. We've seen this 100 times, right? Because again, what Jake is doing, they may not want to admit it. You may not even know it, but you're putting all your strength. That's part of putting your strength to a woman. Constantly trying to make sure she ain't messing around and stuff like that. I mean, like I said, man, forget about it. I mean, if the Lord bless you with a woman that ain't doing it, then congratulations. But for the most part, 99% of Jake, man. Well, all Jake go through it. To be honest, all men in general, not just Jake, all men in general go through it. And be honest. But you got prideful Jake, you got prideful men out there that always believe it's not going to happen to me. No, not me. I'm different. I'm different than all them niggas that she had before. No, I got news for you, man. To her, no, you are not. Even though you may call yourself a man of the Lord, look, man, these people don't look at us as men of the Lord. We're still average niggas, man. So you have to remember, your woman is looking at you like you just still a average nigga, man. They ain't looking at you like you a man of the Lord, because guess what? Do you know what she could do? She could still call the police and have them drag you out of what is probably your house and give it to her if she has children, if y'all got children. Guess what, man? You still, and the Lord is going to let you know that, man, you still another nigga here, man. Who do you think you are? The Lord is going to make sure you know that. He's going to give you reminders like you ain't nothing special, man. You ain't nothing special, man. He will get he has a the Lord has a crazy way of getting you right back in order if he wants you still. He has a crazy way of getting you back in order when it comes to these women. Like, man, who the hell do you think you are? If you had it going on so much, then what the hell is the point of the Lord Yahweh about Shemel Shah coming back? You gotta remember, man, and another thing that will probably, hopefully help a lot of you Jake, you bros out there that have these problems. That woman don't belong to you. She don't belong to you. She still belongs to the state. These are not our women. I don't care how much you think she knows the truth. These ain't our women. I don't care how much She tells you how that she worships you and she loves you and stuff like that. These women can never fully worship us because we ain't got no power, man. I don't know how many times of her elders tell you, Jake, you bros that, man. You know, for whatever reason, Jake still think they're just special. I don't know what's going on, man. You are in hell just like the rest of us, right? You think these women care about how much you call yourself a man of the Lord? They don't care about that. Again, this world is not looking at us as men of the Lord, so we have to act accordingly. This is why we say, man, don't be surprised if you catch your wife one day being thanatized, man. That's something you have to accept. The Lord is going to make sure you know that, nigga, you are still in Babylon. You ain't escaping none of the curses. That's a curse that we have to bear until the Lord is ready to pull the plug on this place. Until then, don't expect your woman to fully love you because it is impossible. It is impossible. I don't 100%. It is impossible. All they remember, and they remember, all they have to do is pick up the phone. You are pretty much under her rule. If you look at it like that, all she has to do is pick up the phone and get you dragged out of your house if y'all have children, but get you dragged out by the police, and you know the police is going to automatically take her side. Not saying that there aren't counters to that, because there are laws to that. I'm not saying, because the Lord always still gave us a way to fight, but He also wants us to know, or I say wants, He also has is having us know that us as His women gone a whoring and committed adultery and stuff like that, and put our I don't want to say it like that, but spiritually, I guess you want to, if you could say, put our middle fingers up in His face as what the women are doing to us, and say we can do our own thing. We don't need you. Well, what is the woman saying? I don't need you. I don't need no man. I could do bad on my own. And that's exactly what we did. I don't want to say we told the Lord that, but that's pretty much what we did. We said, shit, I don't need the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi. I could do shit on my own, or I can go to this other God that's giving me more benefits. This is a curse that we have to bear, bro. Deal with it. If your wife is getting thanatized, then she's getting thanatized, man. Luke chapter 21, verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be. I just thought of that, thanatized. The Thanos. Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. Yeah, it says watch. Watch out for watch the news, watch out for surroundings, man. But you by you putting your full strength into the woman and making sure she ain't messing around or whatever, you're not watching anything, man. And this is why, you start coming to camp, your energy zapped, you know, you up with women all night because those demons will attack you like that. She may not know, if let's say you never told her that you go out on a certain day, like a day before camp, all of a sudden she want to mess around, right? Like I said, she may not know, but those demons will tempt you and attack you like that, right? All of a sudden she wants to mess around, right? All of a sudden she wants to argue with you on a day before camp, and next thing you know, you come to camp all tired and broke down and stuff like that, right? So, like I said, man, what's happening with these two is pretty much what's happening to a lot of brothers. It's just in a different fashion, but it's the same concept. When you watch this video, you will know, right? What's happening with these two is the same thing what's happening with brothers, man. Brothers are got succubuses, or succubi, I guess that's if you call it, plural, I guess. Um, Brothers are married to succubi. If you don't know what a succubus is, you can look that up. It's pretty much a sex deed. You have an incubus, which is the male. You have a succubus, which is the female. And there's an incubus around right around here, man. He messing with every man's wife, man. That's an incubus, man. All right. So anyway, like I said, what's happening with these two is it was pretty much happening to a lot of brothers just in a different fashion. Brothers ain't going to admit it, but hey, you know, part of healing is admitting things like that. Is saying that, yeah, man, my wife probably, you know, that's really the only way you're going to heal. Other than that, man, I mean, you gotta know. You laying with her down and laying with her in the bed, and you might look over at her. You being more spiritual, you know, than you was back in the world. You gotta look at her and say, man, she probably did have a Thanos back then, man. You know, what makes you think that she ain't want to have another Thanos, right? So anyway, that's all I got on this, man. It was a little longer than expected, but you gotta watch and you gotta pray always. You brothers with these wives and stuff, man. You know, it's getting really bad, and as we see, that's a really, really, really heavy spirit going around right now. Is these brothers with these wives, man? You know. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I feel like, man, if you feel like you're gonna be distracted, if you feel like, you know, I guess, if you gotta do all that, it's best to just be like, I'm not putting nothing out there, but it's for some Jake, man, it's honestly best for them to be single, to be honest, right? But like I said, I ain't putting nothing out there. If a woman comes your way. Ain't nothing you could do about that, And if the Lord wants you to get taken by, well, that's what's going to happen. But the Lord also give you wise men to listen to, and if you don't heed those warnings, well, you get messed up, right? If you don't heed those warnings that your wife is probably getting plastered and thanatized, well, there's nothing you can do, man. If you don't heed those warnings, you really are going to be messed up. Anyway, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Shalom.